this town called Boneboro to investigate a plant, and then the night before he got into a tussle with these two guys at Boneboro because he's having a relationship with a female student at the school, and they try to attack him, and he beats them up, and he sets the forest on fire accidentally, and then he passes out, and a mysterious figure drags him away. And so that's where this begins. And also, the panels before this were smaller, and now the panels are taller. The size of the panels get larger throughout the story. That's kind of important. So he wakes up and he sees this poster that suggests that he's been like operated on or something, because it's like a hospital poster. And that's these are nicotine patches. Okay. He looks. This is an unknown environment to him. He doesn't know where he is. We see bird cages. And some person behind the beads. All right. Seed eater. Okay. Click. Wakey, wakey, I made you breakfast. This is some kind of strange guy that's been following him around from the very beginning of the story. And we don't know who he is. Okay. Click. What happened? I pulled you from the chaos flames, mended your battle wounds. Thanks, man. I'm actually much like you, Professor Panther. I'm an experimenter, a reporter. He's clipping his little bonsai tree. I too document the effects of a plant. However, instead of studying its effect on a mind of one, I study a culture. A society is one mind. He tests different plants by smoking them and then records the effects. That's his job. And instead of recording the events for future publication, he's writing an encyclopedia about this. I have personal clients, an interested party who gave me this mission. Who are you? Asked Professor Panther. You may call me Johnny Scarhead. This is the origin story. So this kind of breaks from the way the other sections of the book are colored. This is drawn with like color separations, just black line art that's placed over each other. Okay, click. But that was not always my name. I was previously known as Johnny James. Good morning, Mr. James. I was handsome, charming. This is what he looked like before. I was regional sales manager of virtual girl units, overseeing sales efforts in the western half of the United States. Good work, Mr. James. I had frequent business in Portland, Seattle, Missoula, Boise, Los Angeles, Flagstaff, and Denver. I also supported separate wives and families in each of these states. I deserve so much better, Johnny. Business is business, babe. I had just had an exhausting argument with my Missoula wife and decided I needed to go on a camping trip to clear my thoughts. I need to go on a camping trip. I hope you die out there, says his Have you seen my personal virtual girl unit? I put it in your van. She's smiling. Thanks, honey. I'll be back. I'll be waiting, darling. I'll always be waiting. So now the color separations are starting to combine to create new colors. Late the first night, I turned on my virtual girl unit. You're a piece of shit, Johnny. Your children despise you. You're a coward and a liar. My Missoula wife must have reprogrammed the virtual girl unit. A cruel trick. You spread broken hearts and neglected children everywhere you go. One day your appearance will reflect your inner coldness and ugliness. I I took the virtual go unit to the middle of the lake. You gotta go back.
Oh.
Oh no? Yeah, okay. Your heart is black. You're just drowning in the lake. Stop. It's all true. Lord, I'll change my ways. Stop. Just then, a light is going up. The memories from this time are spotty at best. This is back to him narrating at this time. These are kind of like, there's a fantasy or a science fiction illustrator named Richard Powers that I really liked who would do kind of like abstract painting but with like little spaceships in it. And he was he did like science fiction book covers. It wasn't really great or anything. All right, let's keep going. Strange shapes, weird energies, an unknown language of pictures instead of sounds. The images flickered on the alien bodies. This is all painted sections. Click. I thought I was going to die. Boise wife, you are my true love. Ah. This is like Bilson cabbage. It's really sweet. But no, they sliced up my brain, deforming my head, and implanted a seed generator. This is the seeds come out of the brain and go out on his tongue. They programmed me with the desire to spread the seeds in the eastern half of the United States. This desire is one I feel strongly and genuinely, probably due in a small part to their programming. Regardless, it's a personally rewarding and deeply satisfying mission. He's dropped from the spaceship. This is like Terminator 2. Only the best references in this comic. I was also given alien eyes to record the area where the seeds are planted. Everything I see is sent to the alien force for their study. I suspect that this alien race is interested in human society and psychology, although they never explained anything to me directly. I'm at peace now with my mission. Sets down his glasses and we see he has his alien eyes. Now all of Boney Burrow is a testing ground. That's because the fire burned up and spread all over this town. That's quite the story. It's already begun. There's no stopping it now. Where are my clothes? This guy grabs his clothes. Look, I'd love to sit and chat with you all day, but you're saying some seriously whacked out stuff. I just kind of want to get my loved one and split this podunk burrow. I'm not saying you're bonkers or insane or off your rocker or a total fucking creep. Hell, you seem like a nice enough fella. I keep an open mind about these things. I don't judge. His shirt has been cut from the previous night. He wears the same clothes throughout the story, and I just kind of change his appearance. Like he starts off with a widow's peak because he shaves his head to plug in the tubes to test the plants that he smokes. So now his hair's grown and then his shirt's been like torn from different situations.